Hello students, how are you all? I hope everyone is doing good. So students, I am back with one more video again. So in this video, in our today's class, let us practice some important problems of complex numbers. Again, practice problems. And let us see the properties of argument. Okay, but before that I want to inform you something, that is, just watch my video, you can understand the concept and what I am teaching. If you are really interested, please share my video to your friends so that they can be benefited and they can write the exams well by watching my videos. If I am explaining clearly, with clear explanation is there, and if you really think I am teaching well, do cooperate. And thank you all for making my channel successful, and I hope the same will be continued in the future also. So my sincere request is that to share my videos so that the deserved will be benefited from my videos and they can learn the subject to at least some extent they can learn. That is my wish, and I hope my wish will be true in the future coming days, and make my wish come true. It's my sincere request. Okay, so now let us continue our class. So first, before going to properties of argument, let us discuss about the one more example left in modulus. Okay, so I will write the question and I will explain the solution. So let me write the question first. So example, let modulus of z1 is equal to 2, modulus of z2 is equal to 3, modulus of z3 is equal to 4, and modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to 2. Then the value of which value we have to find out means modulus of 4z2 z3 plus 9z3 z1 plus 16 z1 z2. This value we have to find out, and our options: option A 24, option B 48, option C 96, and option D 120. Okay, so let us solve this problem first. So first let us use this given. Okay, modulus of z1 is equal to 2, modulus of z2 is equal to 3, and modulus of z3 is equal to 4. Okay, so here first I am doing modulus of z1 is equal to 2. From this I can't get anything, but if I take modulus of z1 square, okay, then I am getting this value as 4. So this one I can write as z1 into z1 bar is equal to 4. Okay, in the same way, modulus of z2 is equal to 3, but again squaring, so modulus of z2 square is 9, is nothing but z2 into z2 bar is equal to 9. In the same way, modulus of z3 is equal to 4, modulus of z3 square is equal to 4 square is 16. So here also I will get z3 into z3 bar is equal to 16. Okay, so let us come to our original question now. So modulus of 4z2 z3 plus 9z3 z1 plus 16 z1 z2. Okay, so instead of 4, can I replace 4 with z1 into z1 bar? So z1 into z1 bar into z2 into z3 plus Again 9 I can replace with Z2 into Z2 bar into Z3 into Z1 plus again 16 I can replace with Z3 into Z3 bar into Z1 into Z2. Okay, for all I am having modulus. Okay, so in all these I am having Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z1, Z2, Z3 in all everything I have in every complex number I am getting Z1, in every equation I am getting Z1, Z2, Z3 as common. So Z1, Z2, Z3 along with modulus I am taking outside. So I am left with modulus of Z1 bar plus modulus of Z2 bar plus modulus of Z3 bar. So I can split this, right? Modulus of Z1 into Z2 into Z3 I can split like modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2 into modulus of Z3 into, again I can write this bar completely like this. So modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 whole bar. Okay, and in our second or third property we have seen that modulus of Z is equal to modulus of Z bar, right? So in the place of this I can write modulus of Z1, Z2, Z3. So modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2 into modulus of Z3 into modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3, right? So that is equal to modulus of Z1. So already we have all values here. Modulus of Z2 is 3, modulus of Z3 is 4, again modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is 2. So 2 into 3 is 6, 6 4 is 24, 24 to 48 is the answer. Understood everybody? This is how we have to solve this problem. Okay? So this is very very important problem in modulus, properties of modulus. Okay? So with this we have completed our properties of modulus successfully. Now let us move to our next concept, that is properties of argument. Okay? So in properties of argument, let us discuss about properties of argument now. Okay? So what are the properties of argument? So next concept, properties of argument. Okay, so we have first property, that is argument of a complex number. Argument of a complex number 0 is not defined. Yes, means 0 means no angle, no nothing, no I value, no one man, no real part, no imaginary part. Then how can we define this complex number? Understood? That's why argument of a complex number 0 is not defined. This is very very important. Okay, next second property, if Z is purely real, then argument of Z is equal to 0 or pi by 2. Okay, if Z is purely real means we have only real value for but not imaginary value for Z, means complex number is purely real complex number, means only x value will be there. So if it is positive x axis, then on positive x axis any angle is made, so no angle is made, so 0 degrees. On negative x axis some angle will be made, right? So from 0 to pi, right, 180 degrees. So either if the Z is purely real, then argument of Z will be 0 or pi. When Z is purely real means no imaginary part, no something like x plus iy is not there, only when Z is equal to x. Okay, then only we can get that argument of Z is equal to 0 or pi. Clear? Second property. Next, then if Z is purely imaginary, then what will happen? Let us see now. So if Z is purely imaginary, then argument of Z is equal to plus or minus pi by 2. Okay, why? Because see here, this is my x-axis, sorry, this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. If z is purely imaginary, means it will be on positive y-axis or on negative y-axis, right? So if it is going from here to here, this will be pi by 2. If it is going from here to here, negative axis means this will be minus pi by 2. So that's why if z is purely imaginary, then argument of z will be what? Either plus pi by 2 or minus pi by 2. Okay, these are the first three important properties of argument. Next, let us see next property. So what is the next property? Property number 4. Okay, argument of z1 into z2 is equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2 plus 2m pi, where m is a, okay, for some integer m. If you are taking any integer m, means the argument value is not in the principal axis, principal value, then we can use this 2m pi. See here, argument of z1 into argument of z2 is equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Let us take z1 is equal to, okay, let us take Euler's form, r into e power I theta 1. Okay, this is my z1, okay, r1, and z2 is equal to r2 into e power I theta 2. Okay, so z1 into z2 is equal to r1 r2 into e power I of theta 1 plus theta 2, right? A power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. So I theta 1 plus I theta 2 means I is common, I will be common, then I will get theta 1 plus theta 2 in the brackets, right? So what is the argument of z1 into z2? Argument of z1 into z2 is theta 1 plus theta 2. Yes. So what is theta 1? Is nothing but argument of z1 plus theta 2 means argument of z2. Okay. So argument of z1 into z2 is equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. But what is this 2m pi? Means if the value of our argument of z1 plus argument of z2 is not in the principal value, means if it is not in between minus pi and pi, and if it exceeds minus pi and pi, then we can use this 2m pi. Means already in the example I have said cos 310 degrees plus I sin 310 degrees, right? So 310 degrees means more than 180, right? Either minus 180 or plus 180, this should be our principal value, but this is more than principal value. Then what we did on that day, we have taken this one as, sorry, minus I3, okay, minus I sin of 310 degrees, like this we got some z value, right? Some complex number we got like this, and that's in that case we got theta is equal to minus 310 degrees, right? This is more than our minus pi, means greater than minus 180 degrees. In that case what we did, we have taken some 360 degrees, that is plus 2 pi we have added, right? To make it positive, that means we have to get in the principal value itself. So whenever I add 360 here, then I am getting 50 degrees. This will be in the range of minus pi and pi. Understood? That's why whenever my principal value is not in between minus pi and pi, then I can make use of this 2m pi. Yes, here in the 2m pi, my m value is 1 in this case. Understood? That's why argument of z1 into z2 is equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2 plus 2m pi. Understood? This is our fourth property, very very important. So whenever I am seeing argument of z1 into z2, then I can split like argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Okay. Next, fifth property. So argument of z1 by z2. Can anyone guess what is argument of z1 by z2? Same like log of xy is equal to log x plus log y. Then log of x by y is how much? Log x minus log y, right? So argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Here also plus 2m pi for some integer m. Same example. Here also r1 by r2 means divided by a power m by a power n is a power m minus n. So theta 1 minus theta 2 will get. So theta 1 is argument of z1 minus theta 2 is argument of z2. Clear? So no need to explain clearly this one. See here. Okay. Okay, I will explain once again. So z1 is equal to r into e power, okay, r1 into e power theta 1. So z2 is equal to r2 into e power theta 2. Okay. So if not, okay. So z1 by z2 is equal to okay, r only r magnitude I will say same, r into e power I theta 1, r into e power I theta 2. Then I will get r into e power I into theta 1 minus theta 2. Why? Because a power m by a power n. Yes. So I can take r by r. Okay, r1 by r2. Nothing will happen. R1 by r2 is magnitude. Anyhow, it will not change. So r1 by r2 into e power minus I into theta 1 minus theta 2. Anyhow, we are taking argument. So argument of z1 by z2 is what? Theta 1 minus theta 2. So what is theta 1 here? Theta 1 is argument of z1, right? Argument of z1 is theta 1. Argument of z2 is theta 2. So theta 1 means argument of z1 minus theta 2 means argument of z2. Okay, plus 2m pi means whenever my whenever my argument value is not in between principal value, then I can take use of this 2m pi. Understood everybody? So this is fifth property. Okay. Next, last but not least, sixth property. Very important, sixth property. Argument of z power n is equal to n into argument of z. Here also plus 2m pi for some integer m. Okay. So any value you can take. Argument of z power n is equal to n into argument of z plus 2m pi. Okay, same like log of a power n is equal to m log a. Same. Clear? I hope no need of any explanation here. Yes, anyone need any explanation? No need, no. If you want, I will explain. See here. So my z is equal to okay r into e power I theta. Okay, I theta. Okay, r into e power I theta. Since z power n is equal to r into e power I theta whole power n. Okay, so that is equal to r power n into e power I theta n. N into I theta. Okay, n into I theta. So now I am taking n into argument of z. So n into argument of okay. So now what is the argument of z power n here? So what is the argument of z power n? If I exclude I and write n into theta, then that is the argument of z power n, right? So argument of z power n is n theta, right? So what is the n into argument of z power? Argument of z n into what's the argument of z here? Theta. So here also n theta, here also n theta. Understood? That's why argument of z power n is equal to n into argument of z. Okay. So these are the 6 properties of argument. I hope everybody understood all 6 properties. Yes. Clear? Okay. So once again I will write all 6 properties. Anyone want to note down means note down. So argument of a complex number. What is the complex number? 0 is not defined. Okay. Next, second property. if Z is purely real, then argument of Z is equal to, okay, small a, argument of Z is equal to 0 or pi. This is the second property. Next, third property, if Z is purely imaginary, then argument of Z is equal to plus or minus pi by 2. Okay, next, fourth property, argument of Z1 into Z2 is equal to argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2 plus 2m pi for okay, for some integer m. Okay, same, fifth property, argument of Z1 by Z2 is equal to argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2 plus 2m pi for some integer m. Same, last, sixth property, argument of Z power n is equal to n into argument of Z plus 2m pi for some integer m. Clear? So if anyone want to note down, means note down. These are the 6 important properties of argument, very important. So I will discuss some practice problems related to argument, properties of argument in the next video, in the next class. I hope everyone understood all the properties of argument. So students, if you have any doubts in any chapter or in my concept only, whatever I am teaching, please mention in the comment section and try to follow my videos and learn the subject well. And I wish all the best for those who are writing competitive exams like IIT, JEE, something like that. I hope you will get a good rank and a good seat in a good IIT college, good admission, and your future will be very bright. I wish all the best to all the students, and that's all for today. Let us meet in the next video.